Good morning. Today I'm going to do some examples for you from practice 14.4, the quadratic formula. On problems 1 through 4, you're going to solve each equation with the quadratic formula, and on 5 through 8, you're just going to tell me which is the best method of all the methods that we talked about in our PowerPoint and as you did your note sheet, and then solve that equation. So number 1, to solve with quadratic formula, hopefully you remember. If you don't, the quadratic formula is x equals opposite of b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all of that, all of that over 2 times a. Okay, and our a, b, and c are our coefficients of our squared term and our variable term or our linear term and our constant, as long as our equation is in standard form. In other words, we have ax squared plus or minus bx plus or minus c is equal to 0, or it could be equal to y, or it could be equal to f of x. It could be equal to any of those three. I mean, it still mean the same for us. So in number 1, our a is 3, our b is -5, and our c is -15. So let's substitute all those values into that formula. So x equals, my b is -5, so the opposite will be +5. -5 squared is 25. And then a times c, 3 times -15 is -45. All of that over 2 times a, 2 times 3 is going to be 6. So let's do a little work. So inside, underneath our radical, -4 times 45 right there, -45, is going to give me, what, 180? And then 2 times 3, as we said a minute ago, is 6. All right, so we got a little more work to do. Underneath the radical, 25 times 180, 25 plus 180 is 205. And now we have to do the square root of 205. Let me type that in the calculator. Second x squared to get my square root symbol. 205. And that's about 14.32. So x equals 5 plus or minus 14.32. And because I estimated, I need to change my equals to a squiggly equals and approximately equals to. So then x is approximately 5 plus 14, so 19.32 divided by 6. 19.32 divided by 6 is about 3.22. And then on this side, I'll split it up. Over here I did 5 plus the 14.32 over 6. I got that from here. So over here I'm going to do 5 minus 14.32 over 6. Should be about approximately. So 5 take away 14.32 is -9.32 divided by 6. And -9.32 divided by 6 is -1.53, and the 3's repeat. Oh, I read that incorrect. It's 1.553. So let me make that change. So that'd be 1.55. So then, obviously, my answer is B. All right. Let's erase that and do another one. it a little bigger. Give me a little more room to write. Well, I need my tools to come back so that I can write. Technical difficulties, sorry. There they are. Okay, so our equation is already in standard form, so we don't have to worry about that. It's already equal to 0. And again, my a is the coefficient of the square term, so 3. My b is the coefficient of the linear term, just the variable, -2. And my c is my constant term, the term that has no variable, so -21. So again, x equals the opposite of b, plus or minus b squared, minus 4, a times c, so 3 times -21 is -63. All of that over 2 times a. So now to do a little work. So underneath the radical symbol there, -4 times -63 is going to be positive 252. Make sure that 4 times 63 is 252. Okay, and then the 2 times 3 on the bottom obviously is 6. So then 4 plus 252 is 256. And the square root of 256 is 16. That worked out nice and neat. So 2 plus or minus 16 over 6. So on this side, I'm going to do the 2 plus 16 over 6. Of course, that's 18 over 6, so that's 3. And on this side, I'll do the subtract. So 2 minus 16 over 6. So that's -14 over 6, and that's going to be -7 over 3, or you could make it a decimal, would be -2.3 that repeats. So whichever one of those. I like the -7 over 3 better. I hope that was helpful.